Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to The Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. I am your host, Maria Cribbs.
And I am Josh Cribbs. Welcome to the show.
It's another beautiful day. It's one of those days where I don't know whether we're going to cut the heat on at night and then the air conditioning on during the day.
And we've been blessed with a few good fall days.
Yeah.
Right? It's been nice outside.
I'm just saying, you wake up, it's 40 degrees outside. Then by noon, it's 70-something?
Yes.
And then at night, it's back down to 30. So I don't know, Josh, I just ordered a bunch of coats from the North Face. And I don't feel like we need them right now. We don't even need them right now.
Not right now, but there'll be a time very, very soon.
Can I just
soon and very soon?
Oh, you know that song?
Yes.
What? Let me hear it. Soon and very soon,
we are
going to see the King. Okay, that's growing up in the church. Okay, so look, Josh, this weekend I have to say, I felt like, man, Cleveland is the bomb. Just looking at the Guardians game, the fans, I'm like, we outside.
Right.
I loved it.
I loved it too.
Did y'all see that?
Especially in light of the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I was excited about the Guardians. So,
oh my gosh,
let me tell you this, and Ryan, you can attest to this. I'm sure you know. Y'all were there pre-gaming the Guardians game.
Yep.
The game before last, they were down 5-2. Or something like that by multiple scores. I turned the channel.
What?
And I was upset because I was like,
turn the channel or
I hate
something.
more. I'm the guy that watches movie for the happy ending.
So why do you
pause?
Like
I like the movie to end good.
Right.
So I turned when it was 5-2, something like that, and I'm like,
so you had to just assume what happened. You had to just fill in the blanks.
15 minutes later, I turned back on. It was 5-5, or we were up. I was like, oh my God! So I had to rewind and forward and watch. I was like, they out there balling. So I had to actually watch it so I can get excited. And then I saw Big Christmas with the 2-run homer. I was it was like I was at the game. And then it went into double innings. Big Christmas allowed the team to go into extra innings. And then from there, the 10th inning, it was Fry.
Yep.
And they was talking about his belonging, his what you call
What's
it?
that?
Acquisition.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
How he came on the team. He wasn't a big old pick. It wasn't really huge importance. And for him to get
sound
up
like
there,
somebody I know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But he got up there. Wasn't it 2 outs, Ryan?
Or impactful?
Yeah. Well, John Kenzie Noel's was the last pitch. So if he would, that game broke.
Stroke out, it would have been over.
Yeah, that game had so many records set in it. It was historic. It was the best baseball game I've ever watched.
Absolutely.
And that's a common sentiment among a lot of people.
Absolutely.
It's unfortunate the way the series ended, but you can never take away that specific game.
And then I was feeling like, okay, I'm going to tune in now.
No, but hold on. Let me just tell y'all.
10th inning, Maria, and it was an extra inning, and it happened again.
So you're talking about Saturday night?
Yes.
I'm still on Friday because I want to tell them I wasn't watching because that
I hope you're not taking us away from the game.
That would be irresponsible. No, I was driving back. I remember I drove to go see Easy play like 5 hours away in Pennsylvania, right?
Right.
So then I'm like, shoot, the timing of this game, they beating them really good. I might be able to make it by 8:08 in the car and listen to the game the whole ride home, right? When I tell you that was the best entertainment driving.
But I want to go back to the ending of it, though.
But you going to the ending of Saturday. I'm still on Friday.
You kind of went down. I
just want to say that I had it was a great car ride watching the Guardians come back like that. But I was talking
So I'm sorry to cut you off, but Friday,
I don't think you're sorry.
We in the Saturday now. We into the real excitement.
You forced us into it.
I mean, anyway. So then the
Saturday.
extra innings, Ryan, set the stage because you said Noel was that was the last. I mean, if he would have struck out, that's it for the season.
Yeah, that would have been the game.
So we in extra innings.
Yeah, Noel's, I believe, if I remember correctly, Noel's was the bottom of the 9th, and that's what tied the game. And then you had the next inning come up, and David Fry ended up hitting the walk-off. And if you remember, he also had a walk-off against the Detroit Tigers. And you mentioned
Do you remember the count?
Yeah, it was. I had 2 strikes. I can't remember the exact. Yeah,
was it 3-2?
1 and 2.
1 and 2. 1 and 2.
And you mentioned the acquisition of David Fry. Yeah, he was actually a player to be named later in that trade. They didn't even know exactly who they were getting, but he's been so clutch for the Guardians this whole entire season. And like I said, I mean that game was just. And Maria said it, the most entertaining thing I've seen in quite some time.
I love the French fry costumes. I love the Santa Claus costumes.
They brought him out the next game.
Let me just ask a question though, Ryan. With you being in your 20s, you a young buck. Where did you watch the game? I'm curious.
I
was you out? Was you outside?
No, I was home for that.
You were
one.
at home,
I was so tired from work. I'm like,
okay.
I'm just sitting at my house. I'm watching this
Sometimes
game.
that's the best
That's what
way
it like
to
live
watch it,
vicariously
though.
through him. I'm
because
like, he probably
then
had
you're
a
able
bar.
to like fully embrace it,
Yeah.
like and watch every single pitch.
You get to rewind it.
You do, yeah.
And watch it clearly.
I did a straight old lady move, Ryan. I'm gonna tell you what happened. So I was pumped up to watch this game. I was okay, boom. I'm gonna watch Colorado. You know, Shador Sanders and Coach Prime did their thing, and then I'm like, all right. Let me go run some errands, get some food, come back, watch the Guardians game, and then sure enough, I don't know. I think about 6th inning, I was knocked out asleep. I don't know what happened. I didn't know we won or not.
Exactly.
I was like, wait a minute, did we
No
win?
commitment whatsoever.
I dozed off. I couldn't
then
believe it. I was like, wait a
The
minute.
next day, they played again. And I did it again, Ryan. I just thought it was over. I don't know why I do
Why
that.
you always?
It was
That's
they was
crazy
down
because
what?
when it comes to the Browns,
6-2.
he never thinks it's over.
Yeah,
for
they
the
were
Browns.
down. They were down big, and then, Josh, I'll admit to you. Thankfully, I stayed up for that game winner with John Kensington and David Fry, but I also fell asleep at that one.
Right.
Because I was so tired and I didn't think they could do that twice in a row. And thankfully, like you said, they came back, they tied
6-6.
but they lost.
They did.
So I was kind of glad I didn't stay up because I would have been
Because
heartbroken.
you would have
Yeah.
been heartbroken
Yeah.
to miss such a impactful game.
Right.
But they fought to the very end. Like
They
it
did.
was 6-6, and they had opportunities again. And this time the roles were reversed.
Yep.
Shout out to the Yankees. You can't take nothing away from them. They played tremendous.
Heck of
they
a-
came through like we came through the night before. What's the relief pitcher? Cassie? Was it Casey?
Class A.
Class A. Yep, Class A.
I think they and it was the other guy too. Like they came through. The guy from the Yankees hit
loved
the
it.
home run. Scotty.
So
His name's
shout out to the
So-
Guardians.
Soto?
Soto, Juan Soto. Yeah.
Juan Soto. That's what
He's
I'm
about to
keep-
get paid a
I'm messing up the-
bag this
Is he?
offseason. Oh, my God,
I mean,
yeah.
he just came through.
$600 million.
Like, let's
He
go.
came through.
Let's go.
And I was I think 3-run homer. And it was just it kind of elevated them, and it was no way to get back in it from there. And then it went into the last inning. And
So we got two brothers on the team,
right?
right? We got two brothers on the team. They're like biological brothers, which I thought was cool. But then the one yawned, and I think when I saw him yawn, it made me sleep. You know, you see somebody yawn, you start yawning too.
Yes.
Did you see him yawn?
It's
Even
contagious.
announcers called it out like he over
Right.
there yawning, and I was like, he's
Yeah.
just kind of cozy in his bed. I just
Yeah,
dozed
so
off.
shout out to the Guardians, man.
Excellent
I
season.
I was excited in light of football. I was excited to follow their championship, their World Series run,
Yeah.
their playoff run, and it was exciting
Exciting to
successful
see.
season. We
Enjoy
appreciate
y'all's
that.
off season,
as
baby.
Browns fans, as Cleveland fans in general, we needed that.
Yeah, we did.
We're Guardians fans too, but we live and breathe our orange and brown. But
Right.
we needed that. Thank you to the
we
Guardians.
needed something to smile
We
about.
got
it.
a lot to talk about now coming up with those
Coming up,
dogs.
so Guardians, go ahead and enjoy your off season. It's well deserved. Coming up on the show, of course, we're gonna be talking about the Browns.
Right.
We're gonna talk about Deshaun Watson and the horrible injury that happened, the fans' response to
Right.
it. We're gonna talk about Glorilla.
Glorilla.
My girl, which I love. We're gonna be a guy named Max. It's not a guy, it's a feline named Max the cat. It's a lot going on in this show, so don't miss it. We'll be right back. All right, now you guys, this segment is brought to you, no other than Affinity Whole Health. Now, Affinity Whole Health offers personalized treatment plans to help people feel better. They're experts in semaglutide for weight loss therapy and testosterone replacement therapy. Affinity has been around since 2012 and has helped nearly 10,000 patients. Their team can help you get more energy, increase muscle, lose weight, and keep it off with injectable semaglutide. It's quick and easy to get started. Infinity has local offices and 2-day delivery on treatments that get shipped straight to your doorstep, which I like that, Josh. Now, wait a
Right.
minute now, because I ain't trying to wait 7 to 10 days to start losing weight.
And not just that, it comes with the correct pronunciation of what's in it.
The semaglutide?
The semaglutide. I don't know if that's the correct way to pronounce it.
But you know what it is.
But yeah,
You know
yeah, it's
everybody
that- it's that
getting
good
the weight
stuff.
loss injectable.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Affinity got you.
Semaglutide.
So don't wait any longer. Click the link in our show clips to get set up for your free consultation, and you can check them out on their website at affinityWholeHealth.com. Now,
All right.
Josh, what's this segment, baby?
It is straight from the fans.
Oh.
A lot happened, right? And we're going to dive right into
Ooh, they got a lot to say.
Deshaun Watson's injury and how the players responded to the fans booing. Because generally speaking, you know, even if it's an opposing player that is hurt, you know, everyone kind of stops for injury. You know, no one wishes injury on any player, not even our team.
And both
opponents.
teams
And
take
both
a knee.
teams usually take a knee.
Right.
and the fans are quiet until they either give a thumbs up or they're carted off, and they're clapping.
And the entire stadium.
Because they got up and went on. They like, glad he's okay. Because we know how important, football injuries are. They can be life-threatening. We saw it last year with DeMar Hamlin. So let's go straight to the fans and see some of the comments as it related to Myles Garrett's statement. Myles Garrett, and everyone saw this. Myles Garrett came out amongst several players like Jameis Winston, of course, and everybody know his speech, and they heard his speech, and they said they were embarrassed, and the fans, Browns fans, should be ashamed of themselves for how we conducted ourselves. And I say we because I'm a Browns fan, not that I clap doing it, but that we are a fan base.
Yeah.
And the good with the ugly, good with the bad. We are a fan base.
Don't put me in the bag with the ugly. I don't want to be in the bag of bad.
You in the bag. You ain't ugly,
I'm
but
cute.
We are one fan base, Browns Nation.
Yeah.
Right? And it was embarrassing because people don't separate us. Oh, people who like Deshaun Watson wasn't. No, they say Browns fans were booing their player who got injured.
Yeah.
And that didn't sit right with the players. So we want to see how the response was from fans. So we could put that up, Ryan. Because I think it's important for us to see what the fans say, and then we can kind of comment on how it went down. So, who was that? Richard Noble?
That's what I see. The third.
He said, this is to Myles Garrett's statement. There are levels to this. At the end of the day, it's just a game. You don't boo anyone for being injured, and you don't celebrate anyone's downfall. Do you think we could add not trying to pound a polycarbonate helmet onto your opposition's bare head on the list?
Who did that?
That's a shot, Ryan.
That is a shot.
At Myles Garrett.
That is a shot.
When he had the helmet.
Was that Rudolph?
And he was trying to use the word clobber Mason Rudolph. And I put that on there because it's, in one instance of that statement.
No, he was defending himself.
Well, he was defending.
Rudolph tried to. He was going for him.
Yeah.
And then,
Right, but I think, when it comes to Myles Garrett against Rudolph, Myles ain't need the helmet.
I can use whatever I want to use because he's coming at me. Coming at me.
And this is, no, you don't. You do. It's like
do.
saying, so the helmet is a deadly weapon. So really, Rudolph.
No, it's not. A helmet's a helmet.
No. So Rudolph could have really pressed charges, assault, and they would have had to take that to court. That's assault. He could have took his life.
But you can't attack someone and then think they not going. You can't determine what type of force someone chooses to defend themselves. You can't determine my reaction. You're coming at me. I don't know what you're gonna do to me. I don't care.
Well,
don't take my size, my height, my color. Don't take none of that into consideration. So, you attacking me. You don't know.
Stop.
It's called nuck if
you
buck.
So we could do. It's like an old lady, like an older middle-aged lady, and coming at Myles Garrett. That's kind of how
you always defending the wrong thing. You're on the wrong side. You're on the wrong side of history, Josh.
If you can stop a little bit,
all right,
so we can get some dialogue in here.
Okay.
So we just think of an old lady, right? Old, middle-aged.
Why she gotta be
senior
old?
Citizen, because I have to rate it towards a Myles Garrett who is a specimen, right? And who doesn't need to fend for himself.
Yes, he does.
Why you can't.
Oh, you told me to be quiet?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You got it. I'm be quiet.
Yeah, I just try to. But we understand this, right, Ryan? I'm not just speaking on deaf ears. When you have a Myles Garrett versus a Mason Rudolph, Maria, it's like Goliath, David and Goliath. It's a David and Goliath. You have Mason Rudolph being David, not to say in a biblical standpoint, but size difference. I think you
just gave. Yeah, I think you did.
Size difference. Do you understand that, or you don't understand it? So we're gonna move on. She don't understand it, but you get what I'm saying, though, Ryan. Like,
I just read a lot of history books, so I don't like the correlations that he's making. And it's not, David had a rock.
I want to get back to the
all
comments.
David had was a rock. You know what I'm saying? And that must have been that's all David could afford to have against Goliath at the time. And I'm sure if David had something a little bit more aggressive, he would have used that. All he had was the rock.
We're going to move on because we're going beside the point.
You got biblical on me because
Again, I thought keep it in context as it comes to that. We're not talking about a helmet. I get it. It's a slap in the face because he's agreeing with him, but he's saying you ride mighty high on your horse,
right?
To be able to say that after you try to knock somebody out with a helmet.
It's a fair comment.
It's fair, and I like.
But
I also like the way he said it.
It's like where'd that come from?
Hold on 1 second. I also like the standpoint of how he said it.
It's a lot of hold on, Maria. 1 second on this show
because.
I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know what's going on with him.
Because of the fact that how, Myles Garrett, approach the fans. He admitted it was wrong in that statement. He just said he didn't like the message, like you're riding high because of what you did last year. I'm gonna move on to the next comment.
Dan.
It said Dan says the guy who wrecked his
Porsche.
Why you let me put this in here, Ryan? Why you let me put this in here?
Hey, you sent it to me.
Yeah, okay. It says the guy who wrecked his Porsche getting Rando Road.
Oh my God, I didn't even realize that was. I didn't even realize.
Josh,
be better.
We're gonna bleep that out.
Yeah, we're gonna bleep.
We're gonna bleep that out of the show.
Yeah, we gotta do that.
But hold on, but did that happen? Am I missing something?
He definitely crashed his car. I don't know if that was why.
Oh.
I mean, but
just
people
because
say
Dan might have been allegedly getting some road side assistance.
Probably jealous. Like, what does that have to do with it,
Dan's
though?
just mad he doesn't have a Porsche to wreck.
I'm sorry I even read that, man. Come on, man. All right, moving on.
Oh
I'm
my
not
God.
cheering. This is Captain Chris. I'm not cheering, and I'm sorry for Watson, the human, with this injury. He said, I'm sorry for Watson, the human, with this injury. But I'm glad this happened because it's bad for Haslam and the front office. They deserve every bit of anything bad that comes to them. And I'll enjoy knowing they're feeling some type of pain tonight because of it. I don't like that whole,
I know.
bringing misery
I
to
don't like
others
to wish
because I'm
bad
misery.
on people. I just don't. I don't.
Are we that hurt of a fan base, Ryan? Are we that hurt as a complete fan base that now we become cynical in how we respond to everything? Is it that much pain? Is it that serious?
I mean, it's never that serious, of course. Obviously, in a game of like football, even as fans, you get very emotional because you're super attached to it. I mean, it's nothing we're not used to being miserable Browns fans. So, yeah, I mean, the reactions are obviously harsh. And it's hard to even focus on something like that when your team's 1-6. To me, That's all I'm really focused on is the play on the football field, and that's just as bad as people's reactions.
Right. Moving on.
Why don't you read through some of them comments real fast? Like, why don't you just go through them?
I'm going
got
through
a lot.
them.
Yeah,
Moving
go through
on.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the next one. Is this Randy? For the next one, where
Were they?
Were they disgusted for the women Watson violated?
Were they this disgusted for the women Watson violated? Then the next one?
Yeah. Mary Kay, do you think Deshaun would be getting booed if this team was trying to win? The fans are booing to get the message across to the front office that they want to change. You contributing to the shaming is causing more upset. I watched those interviews and it was overkill. Fans are the heartbeat of any football organization. They don't need a lecture.
I was kind of with you on this comment, Miss Susan Wilson, but it's okay for me. They want to boo him when he comes out, when they intro in the team. All right, you can boo him. You to show the front office.
No one said anything about that.
Yeah,
right.
that okay.
That's
you want to
cool.
boo your QB that we rolling with? Okay. But when you boo someone who's having a human moment, who has just been injured, that's just like a car cutting you off on the highway and you see them out the road get in a horrible accident. And you like, that's what you get. No, that's distasteful. That's like, this is a game.
That's cynical.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a little morbid because it was and we keep having to use that statement,
Yeah.
a human moment.
Yeah.
Like,
he got injured.
And some people still agree with that, Ryan. Like, I was talking, and I was going to have Reggie on the show because a lot of emotions were high, right? And these are emotions. I'm going to just, just summarize. Reggie was like, man, his life wasn't on the line. He going to live. And
that's Reggie stance on it.
He'll live. He'll
Reggie
live.
with all the smoke. Right.
At the same time, this is something that is done between opponents.
Yeah.
We stand, like, if it was a Steelers player out there, we're going to be like, oh, man, like, okay, he good. All right.
Yeah.
All right, now some football.
Yeah.
But keep it in, you keep it classy. I just believe that you don't do that. We all know you don't do that. We all can talk about, and people, we're not expecting you to feel bad for Watson, but it's a moment that you don't cheer. You have to show some class. It ain't about feeling sorry. You didn't have to feel sorry, but you certainly did have to praise someone being injured or boo somebody injured, saying like, oh, good riddance type of stuff. That just wasn't okay. You don't have to feel anything, but you can respect the atmosphere of the field and the injury and of the moment.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll move on. We'll take another commercial break.
Be right back. But I will, welcome back to the show. I will just say that I am, I love the fact that the team is sticking together and they're having his back. And,
Supposed to.
Whether the fans are getting scolded or not. I mean, they did pay their money. That's entertainment. At the end of the day, it's a game.
Right. But
It's a
that just tells you
game, and
how
when-
much we have become divided,
Yeah.
and how much divisiveness that, having Watson on the team and how it divided the fans up.
It just showed me that some people aren't raised right. That's just the end of the day. You wasn't raised right. If you was out there booing when that man was down there with that injury, you wasn't raised right. Maria Cribb said it. That's it.
Okay.
Go on to your comments.
All right. Friend of the show,
Mhm.
Chef Zay. He came out and he had a statement. And I'm gonna read a statement and I want us to
Discuss
talk
it.
about it. Yeah, because it was very interesting. That's why I want us to talk about it. It makes me sick to my stomach that we seriously live up to Cleveland is Cleveland and the Browns is Brown crap. I just knew there was no way we could do that. I've seen all my life. 2007, 2008, we went 10-6. I was in playing during that time and barely missed the playoffs because Colts wanted to bench Peyton Manning and starters and the Titans and let the Titans sneak in. Next season, there's no way we take a step back from the 10-6 season, then bang 4-12. This is not the type of nostalgia I like. Now, when we look at this team, Ryan, we did just that. 2007, 2008 year, we had the best year with my tenure with the Browns. We went 10-6. We won about 7 or 8 home games. Last year, we was in the playoffs where we felt like we didn't meet our potential. But next year, with the healthy Deshaun, this team, the same team coming back, we're gonna be AFC champions, baby. We on the way to the Super Bowl, and then we're 1-6. Are we back to the old Browns as it relates to how we used to be? Do we have to lower our expectations to the days when we were 4-12, 0-16? Are we back to the same old Browns?
Well, you certainly have to lower expectations at this point. There's no doubt about that. Now, are we back to being the laughingstock of the media and one of the worst teams in the NFL? The answer to that is certainly, yeah, it is. Now, that being said, there is certainly much more talent on this team than there were teams previously, like you said, the early 2000s, right? But it's not coming together. You've had a lot of things go wrong this season, and I hope that it's not predicting or foreshadowing another 5-10 year stretch of awful football. I think Kevin Stefanski is the guy still. Andrew Berry, I'm not so sure. And this whole Watson thing has certainly set us back. Now, that's not his fault. The offensive line is horrible. It's not his fault the receivers can't catch a ball. But a lot does fall on his shoulders still. And the only way up from here, I truly believe, is getting rid of this Watson. I'm sorry to call it Watson stink, but I'm going to put everything that has happened since he's been here and call it the Watson era. And I think the only way forward is cutting that out completely.
Right.
You gonna cut Watson out? You gonna get rid of the Watson stinking, and something else gonna come up in here stinking?
Well,
Very
that's
possible.
And I don't.
That's the next
and a part of me
comment.
be wondering. I understand we're all fans of the Browns, and sometimes fans it gets a little loopy because you're a fanatic. But when are we gonna start dealing with reality? Have we not been watching the Browns for the last since you played 15 years? I know I
Right.
have.
So do you
and
think
this
we're
is
back-
how it's supposed to be.
Do you think we're back to
always
the
the team just trying to figure it out. We're this hard-working city that we're just always trying to get it right. And as soon as we get it right, something happens to where we get it wrong and we don't get to where we're supposed to get. We're supposed to always be on this hamster wheel of this hard-working class city that's always trying to get this team. I just feel like that's the way this is supposed to be. And I don't, I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything
But
like
you feel
that.
like you've been saying
I just
that
feel
for a
like the
time,
Browns
that-
are always supposed to be the team that's trying to figure it out and
that's our
struggling.
role. If this was
Yeah,
if
there are
this-
certain teams that are supposed to make it
If
every
this was-
year.
If there was a script, that's our role we play in this NFL
If
league.
there was.
And,
Have y'all not been watching?
and you see the teams they're pushing the Kansas Cities, the Buffaloes, and it's like those are the teams. I hear your conspiracy. I hear the.
Why
way
gotta
it's
be a
been.
conspiracy?
Well, you said
It's
it.
just because I said it.
No,
but
I
was
understand
like,
because that's been true for a long time. Us
we always
being
trying to
on
figure
this
it out.
hamster wheel of always trying to figure it out. Move on to the next statement. Grant Puskar, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Browns offense looks the exact same with a different QB. Drop passes, check downs, and a god-awful offensive line. Weird how that works, no? I've been told nonstop it was all because of one guy. Maria and Ryan, what you think about DTR coming in, his play?
I don't think he was good by any stretch, but then again, I mean, Dorian Thompson-Robinson probably has one of the most unique starts to the NFL, right? You go back to his rookie year, gets thrusted into that Ravens game and gets destroyed, gets injured in the Broncos game, comes into this season, now he's starting when I don't even think he knew he was going to start.
Just
he got
random,
lifted
right?
from,
Why
he
they
got
do that
lifted
to
to
him?
the second quarterback and obviously had to go in there. I don't think they game planned at all for DTR to really be in the game, so that stinks. So I think he certainly deserves another chance. But back to, what was it, Grant's tweet, I want to pull it up.
Because the drop passes, you see Judy.
Yes, there's
He
drop
dropped,
passes, checkdowns, and what he says, it got off offensive line. Yes, that's true. But let's not pretend like Deshaun Watson hasn't been the worst quarterback in the NFL.
Right.
Like,
So
a lot of
everything
it
can be
falls
true at
on
the
Deshaun
same
Watson.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, all things can be true at
If
the same time.
DTR was the second string, why the game would you played at halftime with the flag football thing? Why were they chanting, we want Jameis, we want Jameis?
Because
Why was it?
DTR was only the second string in this game. And Kevin Stefanski said it was because of the game plan. Jameis Winston just wasn't. They didn't have the short yardage where Jameis Winston comes in the game, apparently. So Kevin Stefanski felt.
What do you mean the short yardage? I'm sorry.
So Jameis Winston comes in on 4th and 1, 3rd and 1, and they do a quarterback sneak like they did with Jacoby Brissett.
Okay.
And apparently they didn't have a lot of that in the game plan. So in this game plan, it was more geared towards a DTR. They were under center a lot. And I have to say this.
Mm-hmm.
The offense still looked much better
I thought Deshaun was
when they
doing
were
his thing.
under center and running the offense that it looked like the offense they ran last year, the last 2 seasons. I have to also say this. Before Deshaun got hurt, he was going down to score. They were going down in the score. I think that as a football team, the way we matched up against the Bengals, we still have their number. Like, I thought we could have still beat them. The special teams gave up 11 points. First game of the opening kickoff, I forgot to say this, 7 points.
Mm-hmm.
First play of the game.
First play. Did they break your record? They break your record or no?
No,
You still got the 110 record?
What? Yeah, come on, get out of here. What are you talking about? What you talking?
I just had to tell you that.
record's still there.
Okay.
And then I don't know what's up with Hopkins. He missed 2 in a row.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He still got some leeway because he's been so good, but he missed a field goal. That's 3, and then he missed an extra point right after we scored.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
crazy.
it's no excuse for Hopkins, but it just seems like, when it rains, it pours. Every single aspect of this Cleveland Browns team has been dramatically worse than they were last year. And that's not an excuse for Hopkins. You're a kicker. You have one job. You have to make that regardless of how the other team's playing, or excuse me, how the rest of your team is playing. But yeah, it is weird, and of course it comes when you need a little bit of a bright spot, and now one of your most reliable players you can't even count on.
That was 11 points.
And when y'all made
Score
mention
was
to DTR,
21-14.
when y'all made mention to DTR, not even knowing that he was going to be playing, but if you're second string, shouldn't you stay ready?
You should stay
You ain't
ready.
gotta get ready?
He was 3rd string. He was 3rd string behind Jameis, and then they told him in the week, sometime during the week, that, hey, get ready. He said Ken Dorsey came up to him telling him to get ready. Let's read this last comment real quick from Daryl Ryder. Give Browns players credit. They effectively shifted the focus and attention away from another crappy A performance by them and a disappointing 1-6 start to the fans' reaction, meaning they shifted from the 1-6 start to the fans' reaction to Deshaun Watson's ruptured Achilles. Well, keep playing like this and fans will just stay home.
Fans are not going to just stay home because watching football is entertainment and people will be at those games regardless.
And we were horrible.
Daryl, I'm sure you will
there.
be at the games. I think what you're taking issue to is the fact that NFL players are college educated men. They're articulate. They can read a room. They know what's going on. Unlike the fans in the stadium that couldn't read the room and see someone is down with an injury that's actually out here trying to fight for our team. Even though it looks horrible, he's trying to fight. He's trying to perform for this team. He's down with injury. So this is a moment where we need to stop the cheering and the booing and come together. Pray for this man. Maybe pray for him for a second.
Right.
Get him carted off, and then you can cheer whatever way you want to.
Right. So
I think that might be what
football.
Daryl's having a little issue with. You don't understand that you're talking to men who have education and they read a room, and that's their teammates. At the end of the day, whether you like his performance or not, they're not trying to deflect.
And it was more than just football.
They weren't deflecting from a performance. They're deflecting from the fact that this man is down here hurt.
Right.
And why didn't you stop and say a prayer?
that puts it into perspective. You know, it's more than just football. So when someone's injured like that, it's okay. Like Maria said, just stop. Let's stop everything. See if he's okay. When he's okay and when he's off, okay, he's good. All right, man, he sucked anyway, man. Let's go. I think that would have been more acceptable than in that moment, us not having the human moment to say, we're going to pray for him. This is more than just football. Let's pray for this guy. Everybody hold hands, blah, blah, blah. Take a knee, do what you got to do. Okay, the moment's passed. All right, man, we ain't like him anyway, man. Now that he's okay and off the field,
I had an
that's
aha
more
moment.
Acceptable.
I had an aha moment where when I went to go see you play at the play the Steelers, and I think like the beginning of opening the game, you get knocked out.
Right.
And a guy maybe sitting 2 rows back from me, dressed up in full Steelers attire, was like, I hope he dies. And it was that moment I understood that, fandom is something, it's just, you can't explain it.
Right.
You know? And so I get why they were booing. I don't understand. I don't think it was cool, but I understand how it could happen. And with that, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. All right, now you guys, welcome back to the show. Now, I ain't trying to, switch the vibe in the room.
Please do.
But I see your boy Amari Cooper out there in New York doing his thing.
So, Ryan, man, first player, he hops in there first game and scores a touchdown on a seam route. Apparently, that he had to get a little help from his teammate, which I think is, he just got there.
He's new. He just got there.
He wasn't even there 1 week. He had
fair.
a few practices. He's like, hey, what I got? Still got? Okay, got you. And then does the seam route and scores a touchdown.
But didn't I tell you other players leave this team and they have success? I said this like a few weeks ago.
What you think about that? Now,
yeah, Ryan, what's
up? Settling in good,
what you think, Ryan?
I mean, I'm happy for him. I don't have any other emotion except I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
He gets to go play with one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL in Josh Allen, who I think has a good chance to be the MVP. They're certainly going to win their division and go to the playoffs. And Amari Cooper deserves playoff football. I mean, he didn't get any with Oakland. He got a little bit with Dallas, and he got a little bit of taste of it here in Cleveland. But he deserves to go to the championship round. He deserves to go to the Super Bowl. He deserves to win a Super Bowl. So I'm happy for him, and I'm happy he's having success.
I wish he
and
was
he's a
here,
dynamic
though.
player, and I think he's going to make Buffalo a very, very serious Super Bowl contender.
We deserve it. We deserve it too.
I wish
though.
we could have got that for
I
him
know.
because it would have been greater. Go ahead, Marie.
Was Josh Allen? Wasn't he with the Was he with Chicago?
No.
No.
Who was that was with Chicago?
Justin Fields?
Justin.
He's with the Steelers
And
now.
speaking of the Steelers, y'all like that, right?
No.
You see your boy Russell
I don't
Wilson?
like the Steelers.
No, I didn't say you had to like them.
I saw Russell Wilson.
Did you watch the game?
Yeah.
And what did I tell you? I said Russell. See, this is the thing because they got the 2 guys over here. They come sometimes discredit, the voice of a woman. But I told y'all Russell Wilson is going to get under Tomlin, and he is going to thrive or have success.
And my comment to you on that was, I want him to have success, but not against us.
Yeah.
And I can care less about what's the Steelers. We have. We trying to let some. Put some water on our fire and our house fire right now here in Cleveland. I can care less what's going on in there. But
let me just show you what some of the
news.
fans are saying.
Go ahead.
Ryan, let me read some of these comments. So Joshua says, my respect for Russell Wilson only continues to grow. Imagine getting booed in your first start on a new team and fighting through all that and balling out. Listen to how he thanks God and credits his whole team as the reason for his success. Steelers QB1. Then KD3 says, Sean Payton, a QB whisperer, but Russell Wilson playing better under Mike Tomlin. Note, #noticing. Now, what's that about? So Sean Payton supposed to be the QB whisperer and couldn't do nothing with
Drew Brees.
Wilson.
Sean Payton had
Okay.
Drew Brees. It's just it was a lot of good QBs that come under them. I think just the system that he's playing in. 2 good coaches. Tomlin is going to be a future Hall of Fame coach. So he went from one coaching guru to another, in a different, complete different style. And this time, Russell was he's out of his prime, and still yet Tomlin is finding great use for him.
All right, I got one more comment from you. Baku, he says, Steeler fans celebrating a 37-15 blowout win on prime time to move to 5-2 and first in the division. Browns fan at each other's throats and making mock drafts at 1-6. Things are back to normal. Did y'all do a mock draft? Did y'all do a mock draft for next year?
Nah, but
we just get a couple more pieces.
She just took a little bit of my soul right there. my joy.
I mean, they
I was over it. I had kind of like licked my wounds and moved on a little bit from this season. But that kind of hurt.
That hurt a little bit.
What you said.
You do a little mock draft. You're like, okay, we just get a couple of these college players
just
up in here.
the whole things are back to normal. Like us being back at the bottom of the league, 1-6. The Steelers at the top. Go to commercial.
We got to go to commercial. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. Now, Josh, you came in the garage one day talking about, Glow. Remember that?
Yeah. I was singing a song.
Yeah.
I was just singing a song.
Glow
on the radio.
Yeah, you play. I think you streamed it yourself. Yeah, let me tell you, rapper Glorilla, which do you know her name is? Let me get her name right here.
Hallelujah.
It's Gloria Hallelujah Woods. Now you know she come from
she from the hood.
preaching, pastoring family.
Yeah, I mean,
like you know Josh's middle name.
Why you gotta be all in my business? I didn't put my middle name out there.
Because his mother's a pastor.
Yeah, I didn't ask you to do that.
Joshua.
I'm gonna strike you down with a lightning bolt.
Joshua Ebenezer Cribs.
Stop playing with me, man. She always called me Scrooge. My middle name is not Ebenezer.
Like Ebenezer Baptist Church.
My middle name is Jamal.
Okay,
right.
so anyway, rapper
Ebenezer, man.
Glorilla is having an amazing week. Let me just tell you, her album dropped this week. When I tell you it's fire, like and it's a whole thing on TikTok trending, like women over 40, like feel like they
I enjoy the radio hits.
You okay, but shout out to her.
I didn't know she was over 40 though.
She made the Billboard
She's
number 5. No, I'm saying it's a whole. Gorilla's like young, yeah.
Women, I was about to say it. Dang, she
are bumping her music, feeling like the baddies and all that. She got us all fired up.
Yeah.
But she did go viral this week. She had her makeup done by a makeup artist, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
You see that?
Yeah, I thought it was a different person or a filter, because again, with these makeups.
He said with these makeups.
Because these women wearing makeup, Ryan, you got to watch out. You be like, we got to force the women sometime when we meet them to do the bucket challenge, the water bucket challenge.
Make sure they still look good under all that paint.
You got to throw the bucket challenge by pour water. Hey, I want to see you with no makeup on. I like natural. And then you make a decision to move on.
But that leads me to ask the question, though. When someone, she hired this woman to do her makeup. Of course, you're going to...
You got a picture?
First of all, Gorilla looks good whether she had the makeup on or not. We can't play. I'll put it in our social. She looks good whether she has her makeup done or not. But my question is, when you hire someone for a service, whether it's a hairdresser, someone do your lashes, your makeup, should they have to ask your permission to post something publicly? Now, I will say this, Josh. I know you're over there joking. I'm a licensed esthetician. A lot of people have insecurities that they do not... It would be something strange.
She didn't handle insecurity.
No, it would be something so small that you wouldn't think someone would be tripping off of, that they do not want. For example, I have a friend. I'm like, why you never show your shoulders? Oh, I have these scars on my back. I don't like to. And I'm like, I've never even noticed it. So some people really like to be serious.
I seen her response. She
was like, I always come on the internet with my no makeup on because she looks good. She's beautiful.
Because she glow.
Yeah,
I think she's beautiful. It's more so her confidence as well.
Have you ever had someone?
We love how
She's beautiful. Josh, have you ever had someone do a service for you and then they try to post you?
Yes.
And did you say okay, or how did they ask permission?
They asked me.
They asked you?
I was like, they always ask permission. They always ask, can I take a picture with you? Of you?
And did you allow them to use your name, your image, your likeness?
They asked me first.
And what'd you say?
I said, I don't mind. I'm not that type.
So this is my thing. I'm not that type either. And it's weird because it gets uncomfortable. But when someone asks me, you put me on the spot, I'm probably going to be like, yeah.
It's like
but in my head, I'm thinking like, wait a minute.
When you really want to say no?
No.
Like, nah, man, what kind of establishment is this?
Because I think if I'm paying you full price for this service, and now you want to use my whatever celebrity you think I have to show,
ad.
Yeah. Are you giving me the price off? Are we doing some type of deal, you know?
So therefore, is it proper to, like you said, to say, oh no, we have to work out a advertising.
Yeah, but
deal
I've had situations where I'm laying down, my eyes closed, and someone's taking a picture of me, and I see on the internet I'm getting a facial. Like,
that's
you didn't
wrong,
even ask.
that's wrong.
Exactly.
That's wrong.
And I might not thought I looked
tell
good.
me next time I say something. I'm like, man, my wife
I
give
just
you
prefer.
permission?
I do my own hair, my own makeup,
be the bad guy.
because it just makes it uncomfortable. So I understand what Gorilla's frustrations were, but I was just taking it a different way. You never know when someone has an insecurity that they don't want to show the public. So we got to take another break. We're going to talk about Max the Cat. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, you guys, welcome back to the show. And I want to get to a couple of topics real fast, Josh. You know Trina, the baddest, the Diamond Princess, who's bad? You know rapper
Michael
Trina.
Jackson?
The rapper.
That's who you just was
Stop
singing.
playing with me, Josh.
You just was singing that.
Do
Michael
you
Jackson.
know
Do you know how old I am? How old is Trina?
Can you please answer the question? Do you know who Trina is?
No, I do not.
You know who Trina. Stop playing. Are you serious right now?
Trina from what?
Anyway.
It's a lot of different Trina that used to battle with Lil' Kim.
The rapper
that
Trina.
used to go back and forth with Lil' Kim.
I'm the baddest. Who's bad? Would you be with Trick Daddy?
Yes.
Okay, so why
I don't know that
like
song.
That? Okay,
I
so
don't know her album.
So listen to this. The rapper Trina, that's like Miami's finest.
Google it, man.
She came out talking about that she got I don't know if it's secretly married, but she exposed that she had got married, and the internet is going crazy because she revealed that she did not get a prenup. And what are your thoughts on that, Josh? And not only did she say that they did not get a prenup, I'm going to summarize what she said. She said her man gives all his money to her, and he can't spend a dime without it going through or being ran past her first.
That's real. That's real.
The man, hold on, let me show you some of the comments, though.
Nah, that's a real comment. You know,
what?
My that's how my parents had it. My dad used to work. And my mom would give him a piece. She'll pay the bills. He'll, take a little something. And that's how it is in a lot of households. Like, if you with a woman who knows how to take care of a household, all the man gotta do is bring home the money,
bring home the bacon,
and he get his little piece so he can hang out and relax. But long as that house is in order and taken care of, it's working. It works.
Listen to what the internet is saying. First comment: some things are better left unsaid. She just emasculated her husband publicly. And that's what the consensus was on the radio this morning. They said she emasculated him. And I'm like, wait a minute. Next comment, men used to give their wives their whole paychecks back in the day. How was this any different? Another comment, the problem here is her making it seem like he's not allowed to spend money without her approval versus him just mutually agreeing that this is how we are going to run our home.
I think she would have had to say that.
But Trina's so cold-blooded, like she's so cold with
rapper.
I think it was her tone. I think she'd have been like, oh, you're my man. He comes give me his check and he asks me.
She said it as if
she a boss, and she is a boss.
She said it as if she run him. Like, yeah, he got to come home and give me that money, and then I do everything else
bad?
for her. Yeah, and you singing a song that she just
bad?
But see, that's a.
I represent for the misses. All eyes on the riches. Okay, go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
That's a song that just is recent. You know, she's been out with Lil' Kim. She's been out back in the day. That's why when you said Trina, you started singing a song that was current.
Right.
I'm like, I don't listen to current. Like, Trina older than, she got me by a couple years.
So I don't care. She's still fine. How much time we got, Ryan?
I ain't saying she not
2
fine.
minutes.
I'm just saying.
2 minutes. Okay, last conversation, Josh. You know, NFL a superstar, Cam Newton, has his own podcast where I think he does like Freaky Fridays or something like that. He sat down with the guy you like his comedy, Corey Holcomb.
Corey Holcomb.
Okay, this is what he said.
He's funny, man.
When it comes to relationships and monogamy, he says every once in a while, you'll meet a man and he's with his girl. But then he goes on to say, men are men, especially men's with means. If you're a man with means, you have women. So basically he's saying if you have a man and the man has money, he's going to have multiple women. Yeah. Ryan and Josh, I'm going to stick out of this. Y'all go ahead and discuss this.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why.
Wait, Ryan, put yourself in. Go ahead and put your little three-way up and do your thing, Ryan. What are your thoughts, Ryan?
So what's the question?
Yeah.
Do you believe that men with means or men with money, access, power, and influence, it automatically comes with they're going to have multiple women in a relationship. They're going to be juggling women. They're going to be cheaters.
So you changed it up.
You don't like the cheat word? And where do you get glasses from?
Cheater.
Are all men going to do that? No, but yes. I mean, let's be real. If you have a ton of money and you can provide luxurious things to women, you're going to have the opportunity to cheat and do those things. Now, are all men going to do that? No. But yes, the opportunity will be there every single time.
Right. You have the option to be like, what? You said what to me? All right, don't worry about it. Hey, girl, let me holler. Meet me at about 8 o'clock.
We got 1 minute. Some of the comments.
Meet me at 8.
This woman said, if you keep
at the spot.
If you keep listening, he just proved why some men are intimidated by established women because they view us as harder to control. What? She said, you can always tell the men who didn't get girls when growing up. And this one says, and this same man will become older and sickly and will need one woman to change his pamper, but none of those women are on his roster will be around to do so. All All this reckless posturing is like the McRib for a limited time only. And someone says, I like Corey, but he doesn't speak for all of us. Right. I want nothing more than to come home to the same person every day for the rest of my life.
That's a good
So beautiful women are a dime a dozen. Beautiful souls are becoming extremely rare nowadays. Right. Hey, Corey, I'm 36, single, no kids, and I have means, and I'm here to tell you, sir, I'm tired and would take the right one and sit down. It's not even fun out here no more, and people really be having STDs. I'm going on Love is Blind next season. He said the streets are dead. Josh?
Well, you took all the time
I
reading
did, because I want y'all to ponder on that.
Next time.
Yeah, we love y'all. Who we play next week? Is it bye week? We need a bye week. We need a break. We need a bye week and a drink.
Does it matter who we play at all?
No, because we gonna lose. Love you guys so much. See you next time on A Return with Josh and Maria Cribbs.